Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at something pretty interesting today, where traditional finance tools are meeting the crypto world head on.
Exactly. Think Wall Street structures, but for Bitcoin. Specifically, we're unpacking a potential merger. It involves a Bitcoin investment platform, Parataxis Holdings, and a SPAC.
Right, a SPAC. And the source we're drawing from is titled Parataxis Holdings Public Assent via SPAC Merger.
So our goal here is really to figure out what this deal tells us about, the bigger picture of institutional crypto investing, what jumps out from the details we have.
And maybe we should quickly define SPAC for anyone needing a refresher. The source puts it pretty simply.
Yeah, it's basically a company that raises money through an IPO, a public offering, but its only job initially is to find another company to buy or merge with, usually within a set time.
Got it. So the players here are Parataxis Holdings. The source says they're a Bitcoin investment platform, an affiliate of Parataxis Capital Management, started back in 2019.
And they're aiming to merge with SilverBox Corp 4. That's the SPAC. Already listed on the NYSE, raised $200 million in its IPO, August 2024. It's linked to SilverBox Capital, LLC.
So SilverBox is essentially the vehicle, the publicly traded shell, to get Parataxis onto the stock market without doing a whole traditional IPO process.
Precisely. It's a common route these days.
But what's really striking, I think, isn't just the how, but the who Parataxis is going after.
Right. The idea is to create a public company specifically for institutional-grade Bitcoin and crypto investments. That's the focus.
So not necessarily your average retail investor.
No, exactly. This is aiming squarely at the big players, funds, corporations, entities looking for serious exposure to digital assets. The source suggests Parataxis has proprietary strategies for them.
It really signals that growing demand from institutions, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. They're positioning themselves to meet that need.
It sounds like they're heavily leaning into this narrative of Bitcoin becoming a key treasury and strategic asset for these larger organizations.
Yeah, and you had Reece from SilverBox Capital saying something about bringing this unique and highly scalable digital asset management platform to the public markets. That ambition is clear.
What does that ambition tell you? Just trying to grab a piece of the crypto pie?
Well, maybe more specifically, it suggests they see an unmet need, a gap for a dedicated, publicly traded company that only serves sophisticated investors in crypto. They're not just offering Bitcoin, they're talking institutional-grade solutions.
They're thinking globally, too, right? The source mentioned looking at potentially underserved markets. South Korea was mentioned.
That's right, exploring opportunities where they see significant digital asset demand bubbling up among institutions.
Okay, so the ambition is there, the target audience is clear.
Yeah.
But where does the deal actually stand right now? Is this a sure thing?
That's a really crucial point from the source. It's very early stage. They've only signed a non-binding letter of intent.
Non-binding, okay.
Which basically means we plan to try and make a deal, but nothing is finalized. No definitive agreement yet. And all the usual caveats apply. It might not actually happen. Clear Street is advising.
So proceed with caution on assumptions. And what about SilverBox itself, the SPAC vehicle? The source had some notes on his performance.
Yeah, it's interesting. While this merger news apparently gave the stock a bit of a lift recently, its performance year to date hasn't been spectacular. The source mentioned only about a 6.5% gain since the start of the year.
Which, contrast with some other players in the space. The source brought up Anthony Pompliano's ProCap Acquisition Corp, another crypto SPAC.
Right, that one debuted on the NASDAQ more recently in May and apparently performed quite well initially, even hitting an all-time high soon after launch.
That difference really highlights something, doesn't it?
It does.
It shows that even if crypto SPACs are a trend, the market isn't just buying anything with crypto attached. Each deal, each SPAC is being judged differently.
Absolutely. It's not automatic success. The specific company being acquired, the timing, investor confidence in that specific SPAC, it all matters. It's not a guaranteed win.
So wrapping this up a bit, we have Parataxis Holdings aiming to go public via the SilverBox Corp vs SPAC. The goal is clear. Build a public platform for institutional Bitcoin investors.
Definitely a strong signal about where institutional money is looking in the crypto space. They see Bitcoin as a strategic asset class.
But, and it's a significant but, the deal is still just a letter of intent. Early days.
Very early. And it faces all the usual potential roadblocks for SPAC deals.
Understanding these kinds of deals, these structures like SPACs, and watching how they play out, even the different performances we just mentioned, really helps you track how digital assets are integrating or trying to integrate with traditional finance.
Which kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on, doesn't it?
Go on.
Well, given that this Parataxis deal is still tentative, and we see varying performances between SPACs like SilverBox and others like ProCap, it really makes you wonder, how will future attempts like this shape up? What factors, beyond just having crypto in the description, will actually determine if these institutional platforms succeed or fail when they try to go public? What will be the real keys to success?